Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's episode, we are continuing a series. I got a really sad comment on one of my zodiac videos stating that they really liked this series, but oh wait, this video happened a year ago, and I was feeling that deep inside my soul. I had realized that I made 2 zodiac dolls, they turned out phenomenal, people really liked them, and then I completely stopped making them. To remedy that situation, I went ahead and made the next zodiac in the series. A little bit of a spoiler, you're gonna get 2 dolls if you didn't already see it in the thumbnail, because that is also a spoiler. But we're doing 2 dolls today. I really wanted to incorporate a lot of things that are Pisces because if you didn't guess it, which you probably didn't, I'm a Pisces. So these 2 dolls are very near and dear to me because I feel like they really represent me as a person and as a Pisces. So we've got 2 dolls. They're completely opposite of each other, which is amazing because I think that's really what Pisces is. I did not make mermaids. Hear me out. I didn't make mermaids because I didn't want to make mermaids. I feel like the first zodiac sign we did, a mermaid, great. I feel like there's a lot of mermaids happening in the world right now. Mermay is coming up next week, so your Instagram feed is going to be filled with mermaids. Do not get me wrong. I love a mermaid moment. I feel the mermaid vibe. But I just feel like for me, we just did a mermaid in the series. We needed something a little bit different. And so that's why I give you Pisces fish pirates. I wish I could be good at editing, so like something cool would happen in this intro instead of me just talking. Like there'd be like lights and sounds, but I'm not good at that. So things that I'll learn how to do in upcoming videos. But for now, we're doing fish pirates. In my mind, I kind of had this idea where it's like a mix between Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, because they're pirates and they like can come out of the water, but then they become like humanoid. Stay with me. It'll work, I promise. I feel like they came out really well. I'm excited for you to see them. There's a lot of things going on, and that's okay. I actually got the video edited down to like shorter than most of my videos, so points for that, except for this intro, which is going to be too long. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. I will be continuing the series. Hopefully I can make one every single month. If I can't, do not worry. We will get through them. It might not be the end of this year when we do get through them. It could be the end of next year when we get through them, but we will get through them, I promise. There's some exciting things coming up on the channel. This is the last video. See how my brain kind of like, this is the last video for April. So next month is going to bring lots of goodies. We're talking more Sailor Scouts, more crazy ideas, maybe some more Zodiac, maybe some new YouTubers. We don't know. We don't know because I haven't thought of it yet. That's why we don't know. So, yeah. I say so a lot now. I try to like replace and now I say so. See, this is why I took communications in high school and it didn't work out. I also tried to take communications in college. It didn't work out. Not very good at presenting to the class. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget, if you like what you see, comment, share, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I love to hear your thoughts. I love reading the comments. I love any suggestions. I love any feedback. It all helps me because we're growing. We're people and we're growing. That's the point. So I'm gonna let you guys watch and let me know what you think. Thanks, and let's get to it. All right, everyone, we are starting our doll journey by taking this Perry and Pearl two-headed mermaid and making her Pisces 1 and Pisces 2 using Gulia Yelts's body. Yes, I'm taking my twins and I'm making them separate. I'm performing surgery. And of course, to do this and any customization that I do, I cut off all the hair to the scalp. Once the hair is cut, I'll go ahead and dunk them into that boiling water in the back that you can't see, but I don't believe that I show, to soften the vinyl and make sure that I can remove the heads from the body safely without ruining the neck peg. With the heads completely removed, I go ahead and take a pair of, are they long nose pliers? Needle nose pliers, that's what they're called. I take needle nose pliers and I go ahead and scrape the inside of the scalp. The glue should be kind of soft because we did dunk their heads in boiling water, and this helps with the taking out of the hair plugs. I don't know why, but this is always oddly satisfying, so I like to share it with all of you, even though it's also kind of disgusting. With the heads all clean, it's time to take off the faces. I just want to reiterate that this is a very dangerous hobby. The chemicals we are using are not meant for children. Always adults. But we take 100% pure acetone and we remove the face of our dolls so that we can prep our canvas for repainting. Once the doll's faces have been removed, I go ahead with the next step, which is to reroot the doll's hair. I'm using this hair from the Doll Planet. This is different from the hair that I used for my Sailor Mercury doll. It's a high temperature hair. Both the hair is a plastic, but this one's a high temperature plastic. Using acrylic paint, I'm going to go ahead and paint the scalps to match the hair I'm going to use. I'm going to say this right now, this folk art paint that I'm showing you and this Americana paint I'm showing you, absolutely awful. Awful for painting scalps. If you have it and that's all you have, go ahead and use it because it will come off. I'm pretty sure if you need to redo the doll for some reason, but I prefer that Army Painter's war paints. It's a lot smoother and it does not chip, and I'll show you how later on in this video. first doll we're going to be customizing is actually the moodier of the two personalities of our Pisces aesthetic. I'm of the opinion that Pisces are very emotional, very moody. They've got things going on and their emotions can change in a split second. So for my dolls, I decided that I was going to do one that represents our moodiness, our inability to take F's, and just our all-around sassiness. This is going to be the darker version of this doll. The second doll we're going to do is a lighter, happier, crazier, eccentric version. Because I believe that our emotions are those two things and nothing in between. There is no gray area for Pisces. We're either sassy and mad or super happy. And that's it. So I think I depict these moods very well with Pisces, and I also think they kind of go with the fish motif, as in like when you see a Pisces, it's kind of like the dark fish and the light fish, almost like a yin and yang effect, and I really feel like these dolls illustrate that very well, and I can't wait for you guys to see the end result. But for this doll, I'm going ahead and using my dark purples to illustrate her moodiness. I'm doing the same process for the second, lighter, happier, more joyful, more exuberant doll, except for I'm using this awful paint. I've always used this paint in the past, but for some reason, I don't know if it was because the paints are too old or they just didn't like to be used and abused the way they were when I was doing the reroute, but it didn't turn out well. Now it's time for the reroute. I've shown this process a couple of times, but here I'm giving you kind of like an extra little glimpse into what I do. I really do only take a couple of strands, I wrap it in half around my finger, use my rerouting tool, which is a needle that has been cut at an angle with a wire cutter, and it's set inside of an X-Acto knife handle, and I just slip it into the existing plugs. You do not want to make more plugs unless your doll doesn't have any, like she's a cheap doll that they just, you know, did the outside of the hair and then put it up in a ponytail and she's bald underneath. In that case, yes, you can make more plugs, but for most Mattel, MGA kind of dolls, they're going to have an adequate amount of plugs. If you put too much hair onto the doll, she will become top heavy and her head won't be able to balance on her neck. So just remember that. Less is more in this situation. opportunity strikes twice with our little fun bean. Not only is there all this cracking and chipping in her scalp, but also her part splits. I'm so upset. She's gonna have a beautiful part with the light hair, but there's no way to save it. So anyway, here we go with the face up for our moody girl. I really do need to give them names. Maybe in the comments you guys can throw some names out. What should we name these girls? My process is always the same. I mean, pretty much always the same. I start with a lighter color. Sometimes I do the whole sclera first to make the eye shape. Sometimes I sketch it out, but it's always a light colored watercolor pencil. And this is after I put down 2 or 3 layers of Mr. Super Clear, also a very dangerous chemical. I cannot stress that enough. Very dangerous. Have to wear basically a gas mask to work with it. It's bad for you. So here I am laying down the white pencil because, again, the name of this game is layers. All the layers. Every layer. Just put on all the layers. Expect to have lots of layers. Like Shrek. I decided I changed my mind on the lip situation. Again, I wanted this to be a more moody girl, so she needed dark red lips to go with her attitude problem. Eyebrows, I'm not really sure what color I wanted to go with, so you're gonna see several iterations of her eyebrow color because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I always sketch with a light color and then end on a color that I want, but I just didn't know. Again, this is all just the first layer that I've put down. We're just blushing, putting on eyeshadow. I wanted to make sure her look was bold and beautiful. And then because this is a layering game, even though I put down all of that pigment, I did not want it to be like that first go. She would look like she had clown makeup on. So I go ahead and blend out those harsh colors from my chalk pastels, so that I can build up the color and make it look more natural. Also for this girl, I wanted to give her like a side eye just to enhance her sassiness. I have not been able to, up until this point, make a convincing side eye. So when this worked out, I was ecstatic. You have no idea. I really wanted her to be giving all of the attitude. I wanted her to be strong, independent woman coming through. And I even like lowered her lid to make her look really sus, because that's what the cool kids say. She turned out pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. I just love her look. I love the colors I picked. She is just giving everything to you. To make her eyeshadow more dramatic, I went ahead and stopped using the chalk pastels because that was going to leave like a light and beautiful natural kind of color where I wanted it to be bold. So I went ahead and started using my watercolor pencils to really define those colors. Alright, so here is where I'm going to leave this doll for now. We're going to go ahead and start on our fun and happy girl, which you all have to help me name. So for her, I start the same exact way. I go ahead and sketch out her eye shape with a light color. Again, she's going to be the lighter, happier, kookier version of our darker, moodier girl. So everything's the same except for the colors are much lighter, much brighter, much happier. I do know for this doll that I want her to have light purple eyebrows, so I do settle on light purple to begin with. Eyeshadow, I do want to keep it very light, nothing dramatic. So, and I also wanted to incorporate mint green, with like a sea foam green as one of her motifs or her color palettes, because what am I talking about? I want to go with a mint green as well in her color palette, because somebody on the internet said that they associate foam green or mint green with Pisces as well as purple. I always think purple automatically for Pisces, because even though March is also dates that run into March for Pisces, I always think amethyst, like February birthdays, amethyst, purple, Pisces. Like that's what I equate to Pisces. But also a seafoam green, they were saying, so I went with that as well for her eyeshadow. Also, for both dolls, I decided that my watercolor pencils were just not cutting it for the clarity I wanted for the sclera and other parts of the eyes. So I went ahead and used my Caran d'Ache gouache paints to kind of enhance the colors I had already laid down. And here I'm just blushing the body, because I do feel like even though the gray matched up pretty well as far as the head and the body is concerned, I always want to give a little bit of life to their plastic bodies by doing a little bit of blushing and a little bit of shading, just to like breathe some life into them. Love this little detail on the side of their faces, so I go ahead and enhance that with some paint as well. Now for this sewing project, I'm only showing you how I make the tights for the girls. I don't show you how I sew their entire outfits because that's crazy. So I go ahead and I'm using all of the patterns that I use for these dolls come from DG Requiem on Etsy. She makes amazing patterns, and I just modified all of them a little bit, except for the leggings. I made true to form. I wanted them to have almost like scaly leggings to kind of bring forth that inhuman element, because I did want them to be like fish. I did not want them to be mermaids. Let's make that clear, not mermaids. They are just fish or fish creatures. Maybe they were mermaids and they decided, I don't want to be in the water anymore, Ariel style, and we're like, we're commandeering a ship, we have legs now, and we're pirating. Is that a story I can make? Sure, let's go with it. So to enhance their fishiness, I wanted them to have like a scaly, iridescent legging situation. I do sew these leggings by hand because stretchy material in the sewing machine at this small of a scale, I mean really at any scale, but definitely at this small of a scale, is a nightmare. So to save myself some strife, I go ahead and I sew these up by hand, and I do use a back stitch for all of the sewing because I want to make sure that they don't rip at the seams. on, I'm just attaching the waistband to the leggings with a back stitch. The leggings finished and ready to go. Now again, these are fish motifs kind of, so I did want to give them some sea elements, so I decided to sew on this starfish button for her hair. And here I am taking some Monster High shoes that I have. I cannot remember which doll this comes from, but I love the details in these little booties, and I think that they will work perfectly for our dark moody girl. So I'm taking the Army Painter War Paint paint, and I'm going to enhance all the details by painting the shoes. And I do this for our moody girl, and I do it for our fun and happy girl, and I think the results are stunning. I do put about 2 coats of each color on each part of the shoe that I paint. They are. I just think they're so cute. I wish I had a pair of these. And for our light and fun girl, I choose her same color palette, pastel purple, seafoam green, and a little bit of gold to make those details pop. How they turned out. time to get our girls dressed. I'm so excited. We're almost to the reveal. Here's how our fun girl turned out as far as her hair is concerned. I did not part it. I just curled it and made it big and beautiful to go with her eccentric self. And if you're asking, are those high-waisted shorts with frills? Yes, they are. They are. Our girl also gets the most amazing pirate hat. And now, the reveal. Thanks again so much, guys, for going on this journey with me. I know people have been waiting for these dolls to come out, but here we are. Pisces is down. We're 3 down. We're getting there. It was really, really fun to work on these girls, especially because they mean so much to me. I really do feel like I put my own personality into these dolls, and I feel like you guys can see how it shows in just their creation and how I just spent a little bit more time paying attention to the details that I wanted to add to showcase all the things Pisces people can be, and I think it really worked out. So please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. If you've got Pisces friends, they would probably like to see this if they're into dolls and art. So go ahead and share it. Thanks again, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. I just want to take a moment to say it's hot in Ohio. And I'm wearing a wig. By the thumbnail. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Okay. Hello. Hi. Mwah. I just want to be cool like all the other YouTubers. Hello everyone and welcome back.